Hey everybody, I just wanted to create a quick video on how to connect your Piwik Pro analytics data to a Looker Studio report. It's very easy. It should only take us about 2 minutes or so to get through, maybe a little bit longer if I babble on. So the first thing that I typically do is to just create a blank report in Looker Studio. This makes everything easier because then you can just go in and add your charts right away. But first we want to, or the first step once you have your report created is add data. This is going to be the same process that you would use to create any data source. We're going to do a quick search for Piwik and two connectors will come up. These are the two that are available right now. Piwik Pro Analytics is actually made available by Piwik Pro officially. Piwik Pro by Supermetrics is a third-party connector. You need a subscription to Supermetrics to use this. If you have a subscription to Supermetrics, you're welcome to use this, but I'm going to focus on the Piwik Pro Analytics connector for this particular demonstration. So for account name, this is going to be the actual, the name of the account is what shows up in your URL when you log into Piwik Pro. So for mine, it's cropped out of this video, but it's foxgr.piwik.pro. That's the URL for my instance of Piwik Pro. So the account name is actually just the first part of that, which is foxgr. So I'm going to type that in. The client ID and the client secret are both going to be generated every time you create a new API key. And so to do that, we're going to jump over to Piwik Pro and go to Menu and then Profile. And then we have a section called API Keys, and I don't have any keys created yet, so I'm going to create a new one and just give it a name. I'll call it Looker Studio, just so I know what this key is actually used for. And then it gives me the bits of information that we need in Looker Studio. The client ID, I'll copy this to the clipboard, paste it in here. Client secret, paste it in here. Then click Next. As long as everything is okay in here, it should refresh with one additional field at the bottom here, which is select your site or app. So on your Piwik Pro instance, if you have multiple websites that you're tracking, you can select individual ones here. I just have the demo site and the foxgr.com. I'm going to use the demo site just because the data is a little bit more complete than it is on my personal website. So I collect the site that I want to add and just click Add. It's going to think for a minute. All right, so now I have it added. It's showing up twice here just because I had created one previously for a different demo. So now just to kind of surface some of the data that's available to us, I'm just going to quickly add two charts. The first one is going to be a table, and that's just going to be a very basic page title by page views table to show you that that's the type of data that's coming in. So you can see here, and again, this is data all from that demo instance that you get when you start a Piwik Pro account. And then I'm also going to show a time chart or a line chart to show the trend of data, just to show the different ways that you can display this data. Obviously, you can use any of these chart styles. Once you get your data connected through Piwik Pro and Looker Studio, basically the data is going to act very similarly to using Google Analytics data, specifically universal analytics data, because it follows a similar data model. It's going to be a little bit different than GA4, but in some ways that's a good thing. So we can see here, I'm just going to get rid of the breakdown dimension so it doesn't look so cluttered. So now we can see page views by page title and page views over time during the selected time period that I have. So there you go. That's how you connect your Piwik Pro account to your Looker Studio. That is one of the things that makes Piwik Pro one of the best alternatives to Google Analytics, in my opinion. I love using Looker Studio, and unfortunately, a tool like Matomo just doesn't have a good connection yet to Looker Studio to be able to create these really visually captivating and interesting charts and reports to be able to share your data and ingest your data. So that's one of the things that I love about Piwik Pro, but that's it. It's just as easy as adding any other data source in Looker Studio. So hopefully that was helpful. If you run into any snags or have any additional questions, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will see you soon.